you join me on Saturday morning, which can only mean one thing: parkrun. I'm doing some recovery miles to get to Worcester Pitchcroft Parkrun, and then I'll be joining my wife Jazz as we do parkrun together. Jazz has seen a significant improvement, so this will be her biggest mileage week of all time if she completes parkrun. So I'm thrilled for her and looking forward to experiencing that parkrun with her. But before then, you and I have a bit of catching up to do. Believe it or not, I am training for Manchester Marathon. I've just not been documenting it in weekly chunks, so I'm thinking of doing a recap every 4 weeks. So next week during my deload, I'll give you my kind of prep phase, and then I'll go into the build, peak, and eventually the taper. But I will tease my goal time towards the end of this video, as a lot of people have been asking. So we'll talk about that in a moment. Before we get into goal times then, I'll just recap January very quickly. We started out the year, as you do, as is now tradition, with the canal run. So we did Worcester to Birmingham, 50k, and there were 6-7 of us. And it was just great to catch up with everyone on a route that I love. That route means a lot to me now, and yeah, great to join so many of our friends and get that done. The conditions were the worst I think I've ever seen. It was slushy underfoot, it snowed overnight, a real challenge. You had to think about every footstep you took, which, you know, you couldn't switch off. You had to focus on the running the whole time, which was a little different, but no, great company, and can't wait to do it again next year. Now, I didn't actually race during January. I just did quite a few pacing jobs at parkrun, so that was good. And then the actual first race was at the start of February, which was the Warwick Half Marathon, and I do have video footage of that race. Not a given when it comes to my cameras, but I'll be doing a dedicated video on that. Really enjoyed it. What a race that is. Challenging in many ways, but man, good fun, especially in those final moments where it's just a sheer downhill. But we'll catch up on that in the dedicated video. So let's talk Manchester Marathon 2025 goal time. What do I want to achieve? Well, in 2024, my big focus was sub 4. And so I came in at 3:58. I was pretty ill that day. Took a lot just to get me over the line. And so came away very happy. And now, the new goal is obviously the journey to sub 3. And how do we get there? Small steps. 3:45 sounds sensible. 3:30. A bit ambitious. How about we chop off a minute per kilometre? How about we try for 3:16? I'm training, my marathon goal pace at the moment in training is set to 4:35 to 4:45 per kilometre. So it's around there. And then I plan to slightly tweak that as we go into the build phase. But why not? I think for the sub 4, I was so afraid of bombing, and in a stupid way, just wanted to keep focused on that perhaps conservative target at the time. But with me being ill, I was pretty happy I did that. So now, just on the journey to sub 3, why not just absolutely go for it? Possibly blow up, but put a new time on the board as we grind out towards the sub 3. So yeah, 3:16. Now don't get me wrong, I know how kind of extreme it sounds and silly it sounds, but we built up a lot of fitness over the past 8 months, over the summer, and then with this 10k training block where I really learned how to go faster when absolutely wrecked, which was something new to me. So yeah, why not? And if I blow up, if I blow up at 20 mile and I come in at 3:30, 3:35, that's still a big PB. Obviously, not a pretty way to do it, but I think at this stage, if ultimately I'm looking at sub 3, I just got to roll those dice, get the constant training, consistent training in, and just give it a go and keep your head held high, because the marathon is it makes you very vulnerable. There's no hiding. If you haven't done the training, if you don't deserve the time, you're not going to get it. And as I post to YouTube, as I post to Strava, it can be quite intense to say, I'm going for 3:16 and then come in at 3:35. But hey, I've said it now, and that's our target. So let's see what happens. Almost a parkrun now. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you're training for. Marathon, half, 10k, 5k, couch to 5k. Lots of new runners about, starting 2025 strong. Always good to see. I was there like 3 years ago, couch to 5k. So yeah, definitely stick to it. And let me know in the comments what you're up to, because I'm eager to hear what marathons are going on and what you're targeting. But now we need to join Jazz for parkrun. Well, we got some bad news at Pitchcroft. The bit across the course is closed, so that means it's the horseshoe, what's called the horseshoe course, which is an out and back. And Jazz does not like that, as it's difficult for overtaking, and you just see runners coming at you a lot, so it's quite intense. So we may abandon Pitchcroft and do the river loop. I'll catch up with her in a moment. But yeah, horseshoe. Ugh. Are you ready for the horseshoe?
I hate it.
We hate the horseshoe. Go on in, mate. Looking good, mate. Looking strong.
Absolutely incredible.
Hey, good luck. Cheers. That's so weird. Parkrun done, hot chocolates had, and we are back in the warm car. How did the infamous horseshoe route go today, Jazz?
Really good.
It was really good. We did a little progressive run.
Not intentionally though.
No, we started at the back, tried to keep the stress to a very low minimum and just ride it out. We were quite alone for like the first 1,500 meters, and then the front runners come past, which kind of was a nice distraction. So we got to see some friendly faces as well, lots of people that I know, so that was nice. Yeah. And then, you just moved past the turnaround point and kept speeding up. And you said you were feeling strong at that was like a 3k? Yeah,
well, my legs have been suffering with, and like numbness in my left leg. So it was nice that didn't happen today.
Yeah. Because you've been doing all sorts of stretches, yoga, just trying to
loosen everything up.
Because this week, especially, you've had your highest mileage, so it's been quite a taxing week. So you had your 7k on Monday, you had 5 on Thursday, and today was a 1k warm-up with the parkrun, so 6k total, which is 18k for the week, which is the most you've ran in a week.
Ever. And then I'm doing yoga every day as well. Yeah,
you've just been really consistent with it. Hungry for... You just want to run. You just want to run.
I just want to run without pain.
No, it's such a tragic tale, but, hopefully...
It's happening, though. A year ago, I couldn't run, 500 metres, let alone, 5k.
Yeah.
So, slow progress, but there is progress.
And just seeing you for that final kilometre, because that was a pretty speedy final kilometre.
And it was strong as well. I didn't, cross the line like I was going to collapse.
No,
like,
you weren't out
I
of
have
control.
a tendency to do.
You weren't out of control or anything. It was good to see. And the important thing, if we're thinking of goals, your 10k goal pace of, if we're going sub 115, like 7:30 minutes a kilometre. Today we averaged out faster than that. So all you've got to do is that park run effort twice in a row, and you've got a 10k PB that you want to achieve. So
The thing is, though, on race days, you're always naturally a little bit, well, I find I am, and naturally a little bit faster, like, without meaning to be.
for sure.
So I'm hoping that the adrenaline will carry me, and that I won't feel like it's a huge effort just to, get close to 115.
Like, we've been keeping it easy, like around 8 minutes pace, and then suddenly you do 6 minutes, whatever, at park runs. So
Yeah.
train easy, and it'll just come on race day. So yeah, very well done, Jazzy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I hope everyone else is running well. Let me know what you're training for. Again, Manchester, it's coming up, so I'll be continuing to put in the miles.
Yeah, you've got a busy year.
I've got a busy one. I've got you. I've got to do your miles and mine as well. It's
Yeah.
some high mileage, but I love every moment of it.
You don't have a choice, hon.
No. To everyone else, happy running and bye-bye. The wave, we always wave at the end.